I get inspired by the women. And when you're around impactful women who move the needle, not just emotionally, but culturally as well, you can't help but get inspired by just being in front of them, being around them. So as many brushes, guys, as possible out. So for the first look, we're gonna do skin, sculpting, contouring, some brows, and a soft pink color stay lip. The second look is gonna take it from day to night by doing more eyes and doing a lip that's just a bit more evening. I'm not a trend focused person. If you're only looking at what's trending or what's popular, you'll always be chasing something that's next instead of being anchored in the moment or anchored in who you are now. Preach.
Right? I like how you hold that. Is that how it's supposed to be?
I think people probably feel more comfortable there. When you start with a brow, you get to know who the person is or who they're supposed to end up being.
So who am I?
Who are you? I mean, you're you, but they're versions of you. Like, you know, you got that. You want to make sure that, you know, the shape fits the face, and then everything else can start to taper in or fall into place. And I'll know how far I can take the look just by spending 2 or 3 minutes in this area. It takes you about 6 to 10 seconds to know, upon meeting somebody, how far I would take them. Everyone's brow is different, but I love a lateral brow and on anyone. It's really flattering. Also, it's really great for mature women or their faces are changing. Now we can go into eyes. I'm putting a little bit of heat in the crease. I'm using a super warm matte to offer the crease a little bit of warmth. It makes the face look really healthy. It gives like a faux lighting effect around the eyes.
I opened up a notes thing in my phone. Makeup tips from Sir John.
I like to use matte peach on the brow bone as a highlight. And for every complexion, I mean, you can use a peach highlight. I'm using a light matte on the lid to offer just a bit of contrast. This is my favorite mascara. It always gives you beautiful lashes. It gives you a lot of separation and massive amounts of volume. We have a little trick, right? So you never get mascara on the top lash line or on your lid. We're gonna do this. Go in the mirror and almost like lean your head back like you're looking up your nose, right back. And I want you to put your finger right here behind your lashes, and what that works is like a safeguard for your eyeshadow. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and wiggle back and forth from the root and then up. And it never destroys your shadow. See all that? That would have been on your lip before. Let's clean up the eye. I'm gonna do a little nose work and then we're almost done.
Nose work.
Yes.
I love it.
It's not about how you wanna look. How do they wanna feel? And hopefully they wanna feel empowered or powerful. My whole thing is this: if you're doing things that are revolutionary for the sake of being disruptive, it's not revolutionary. Things that are empowering come from just support or listening or leaning in. So, you know, anything that seems empowering starts with a conversation, starts with a sense of understanding. Women are the narrators to our stories or to our lives. You notice I'm holding my brush back here and not close to the ferrule. The closer you go here, you'll see too many lines and start to really go in and bring light into the face. Get rid of any shadows. But I have a very minimal amount of concealer. And the reason I'm using this concealer is because on the back of my hand, I want to warm it up. So your body heat changes the texture of makeup because it looks a little bit more almost like diffused, almost like you sprayed it on. And this happens to be L'Oreal Paris Full Wear Concealer. If we're talking about being authentic and not looking like anyone else, instead of covering up or concealing, what's really, really sexy is like a sense of something that's not perfect. So like own it. We live in an era now where you just gotta be as anchored in self as possible, and it starts with beauty. So now we're gonna go into setting the concealer. There's a difference between contouring and sculpting. So sculpting is an invisible structure that you offer the face, where contouring are VCLs, visible contour lines. And a great nose sculpt starts in the crease or the socket of the eye. If you see someone and they have a really nice dimensional quality to their nose, it usually happens to have a shadow that cascades into the eye socket. Okay, well, I like this. I'm here for it.
You're here for it.
So how important is vibe when someone's doing your makeup?
Super.
Yeah?
Super. Yeah. The vibe is there, just makes everything, you know, flow.
Flow.
How important is it to you?
If I know if my vibe is not right, if I'm having a bad day, I need to hang it up before I get to my client or figure it out, sort it out. However you feel you're creating, you know, more of that.
Yeah.
I'll give you a cool tip on blush. So blush is one of my favorite products or things to use in general. And what I like about blush is that blush makes your face look healthy and happy. and it makes it look like you have great blood flow. And blood flow is what we look for when we're looking for a mate, when we're looking for, when you have an important meeting, whatever that looks like, your body heat raises. So that symbolizes a sense of healthiness, So always use blush. When it comes to lipstick, in years prior, there was a day lip and a night lip. What constitutes a day lip usually is something that's easier, something that's a bit more light reflective or sheer or hydrating. Something that is seen as a nighttime look was also seen as just a bit more austere, a bit more intentional, a bit more literal. But now I think that women are such different places in society, and now it's a powerful call to each other. And this is a Rouge Signature Lip by L'Oreal, and so I have a little rule of thumb. Whenever you're picking a red or a pink, there are two families to choose between. So when you want your teeth to look really brilliant, and you have really nice teeth, I would say you want to pick a blue base color, and this happens to have a bluer base. But if you want your tan to look really amazing, or if you want your complexion to look really healthy, you go for an orange base. So we call it like a 50s red.
I finally saw it. I love it.
You like it?
It's so soft and pretty.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay, cool.
You know what? I'm actually going out tonight.
Out?
I have a hot date.
Out. With your girls or with guys?
Not with my girls.
Okay, cool.
So I wanted something, a little sexier, little night.
Nice.
Like,
Bam. So we're gonna take off the daytime lip. I'll
Okay.
attach you that, and here's a little bit of makeup remover. So we're gonna do more lip, but we're gonna go for eyes that are light
Sad to see it go. It was so pretty.
Yeah, I mean this is
makeup.
Yeah, it's makeup. This is called
Prepared.
Prepared? Okay.
Yes.
Prepared.
I want to be
You
prepared. Yes.
You are prepared. Okay. I picked this color because I feel like this is more of a statement. It's not as fun and pretty and girly. It's just to be taken a bit more serious. I think you can go with a nice mahogany shade and it won't overpower you. So I feel like this is kind of give us like 70s vibes. I'm gonna wait for that to dry. Let's go for eyes. I wanna do something light reflective. So I'm using these are brilliant eyes. I love cream eyeshadows that go on so easily.
I love this lip color.
You too, right? Yes. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna deposit most of this color right on the lid. I'm working only on the ball of the eye. I love luminous, light reflective eyes.
This is amazing, this product.
It's so easy to use. It doesn't transfer, it won't crease on you.
Wow.
And also it's gonna grab the shadow that we're gonna use after.
This is the power of makeup.
What is the power of makeup in your opinion?
It's just like, it just makes you go from, everyday girl to
That girl.
that girl. It just makes you feel beautiful and confident. And I like what you said about pretty versus beautiful, because beauty has a story.
Pretty is a little lackluster.
Yeah.
I may add a little bit of drama in the crease of your eyelid. So I love tapping lighting here. It makes you look like you had a ton of rest. So just know where your light source is. If you know where your light is, you'll have an easier time with makeup. Doesn't matter if it's a candlelit dinner with your boyfriend or whoever, or it could be seeing a street light, but just know where your light source is coming from. So if you notice, I'm tapping a matte red in the crease. And what this does is it brings a bit more unintentional drama to the lid. All right, so if you take a look now, I didn't remove anything, I just adding a bit more of a luster to the lid, adding a liquid lipstick that may be in a deeper tone. I think this kind of completes it all.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I feel so confident and beautiful.
Yeah, you look good, and you should look confident. Go ahead.
Thank you. I love it.
Oh, that's it. Good energy.
Yes. Thank you.